I don't think I stated it quite clear enough last time, but man, I really like the music in this game. All right, let's get back into this. So before we start going into any more of the story, I've actually got a lot to say about my speculations and thoughts about last video that I didn't quite get out. So let me talk about that real quick. So when I first started out, I really didn't trust Io over here. Because she bit my arm for not much reason. My eyes turned red, which didn't seem very good. She plays dumb and looks all cutesy. But that's just a reason not to trust her. But now after thinking about it a bit more, it seems like my character is actually really the strange one that seems to just accept all this going on without any hesitation. This last video, I don't know why she just decided to go out and grab the vestige, that spiky thing, and go into those memories. Didn't really seem like a sort of a sane thing to do. She sort of accepts the fact that her blood can make those blood vial things appear, even though that shouldn't really be normal. So really, when you think about it, my character is the strange one. Io is just sort of trying to help me as my assistant. So I also went back and took a look at that cutscene that I skipped, and I do have some thoughts about that as well. So looking back on it, it seems like there was some audio about someone calling out for their mom and dad, and then Oliver saying somebody has to be sacrificed. And so that could be interpreted a lot of different ways. One thing I think that might mean is that Oliver had to sacrifice his son, or maybe his father sacrificed him in some way. I still don't fully understand. Another thing, Io, when she was in that dream memory thing, she seemed to really understand what I was talking about. And when we were over near the exit, she was like, "Oh yeah, just go through that door. This is normal. This happens all the time. Just open the door. You'll get out of the memory. No problem." That's actually kind of suspicious. I don't know why she knows as much as she does and also doesn't know other things. I guess maybe we'll figure that out more in the future. I do have some speculations about the plot as well. There's sort of more wild speculations. I don't expect any of this to come true, but I was just thinking about what if we turn this the other way around and we think about if the Queen was actually the good guy in this story and we are the villains. Because one way you could one way you could think about this is, so us, the Revenants, we went out to go and defeat the Queen. But if you look at it another way, us, these band of vampires, these Revenants, are sort of spreading out to maybe take over, and the Queen is maybe that last human mage something or other left, or she's the most powerful or something like that, but she fails in her task to defeat us. So as a last resort, she seals us all within this red mist to sort of keep the evil at bay as a last-ditch effort. That's one way you could possibly interpret what happened in the past from another perspective. I don't know if this game is actually going to go in that direction. I just think that would be sort of a cool direction to go in. It's probably a lot more simple than that, and the Queen really is the villain. But that's just some thought that I had when I heard that, because that's sort of a strange thing to do, to seal us all in this little prison as a last effort, rather than, I don't know, something else. Let's see, do I have any other thoughts? I really like the character designs in this game. I really like the way this game looks in general. I like the story and where it's going. Another thing, so I sort of figured that there'd be some sort of betrayal type thing happening, and that's sort of what happened with Oliver last episode. So I'm wondering why they did that. Is that to tell us that, oh, you should be wary of more people betraying you in the future? Or did they put out that betrayal subplot as a way to say, okay, we know everybody's expecting someone to betray you, so here's the sort. Well, I guess it's not really betrayal. He just sort of got infected or something like that. But maybe they did that to try to get that out of the way, so they don't have to have the player worrying about that constantly. I don't know. But another thing, why did Oliver turn into such a vicious beast when he got infected, or whatever that you would call that? Because there's all those lost, right? And all of them, they seemed pretty weak, but they were all just like us before, right? But then they ran out of blood or something like that. How come Oliver got so strong after he turned? Was it because he was exposed to the mist while he still had a lot of blood energy ichor left, and so he turned into that big behemoth? Or is there something more to it? I don't know. Yeah, so far I'd say the only criticism I would have of this game is that the caves in the last episode were just sort of they're just caves. There's nothing all that fascinating about them. But I'm definitely very interested in this game. So one thing I'm actually going to do... Well, actually, what am I supposed to do? Oh yeah, last time I was sitting over here in this room waiting for... Yeah, waiting for my blood test to come back. So am I just supposed to go and ask how that's going? I guess so.
The ability to draw strength from experiencing memories. Sorry, but could I get it? Won't be. It'll take a while to get the results.
So I guess we have to do this again.
Take it easy in the room back there while you wait.
Yeah, there's no explicit saving in this game, so the autosave just doesn't kick in at this point right here. Alright, he said to wait in the room, but I'm not going to wait in the room, of course. That'd be kind of pointless. Alright, do you have anything else to say?
I've done what I can to look into your talents, and I've confirmed something surprising. Revenants have blood types that differ from those of humans. These types greatly affect a Revenant's abilities. However, your blood has no specific type. Or maybe more accurately, your type is broken. Your abilities, and the fact that you have no specific type, might be due to your being what we call a void type. You were able to gain another Revenant's power through a vestige, right? That phenomenon is unique to void types.
Okay, so he said something interesting there. He did mention that there's a difference between humans and Revenants, which I guess sort of supports my theory that maybe the humans are the ones who trapped us in here, and maybe the Queen was human. Yeah, I don't really have too much to go off of making that kind of speculation, but that's what I'm leaning towards right now.
Supposing you are a void type, there's a test I'd like to perform. Don't worry, I'll get something out of it. I'm going to give you some of my blood. If my theory is correct, it should act as a
am I gonna get his blood
give
code?
my power to you.
Interesting.
Well, here goes.
Prometheus, well balanced for combat, but fragile. Its gifts bolster dodging and parrying. Okay, that's another thing I noticed. So before I started this, I looked over some of the controls, and I noticed that L1, it says that it's bound to parry. And all I noticed was that it blocked last time. But if it's called parry, that assumes that you could actually parry with it, not just block. So I'm gonna try that out next time I face some enemies. And as far as dodging goes, I noticed last time when I was facing the boss, Oliver, in his corrupted form, some sort of blue bar appeared when I dodged things perfectly. And I still don't really know what that is, but I guess we'll find that out too. So I guess let's try out that blood code, because that sounds like it's perfect for me. Dodging and parrying, that's what I want to do. Yeah, it lowers my HP, increases everything else. Why would I not do that? Let's take a look at this. I don't know why we wouldn't have that equipped. Increases attack and alters your evasive movements at the cost of damage reduction. Okay, that's an interesting one. I probably will be using that quite I probably will be using that because I just don't intend to get hit in general. The last time when we were facing that boss, just one hit did a lot of damage. I guess if I use that, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see how much it makes me get hurt more. Wow, it's interesting that the passives don't automatically get assigned, because why would you not want to have that as a passive? Okay, I think that's enough looking at the menus. So he gave me that, which is cool. One thing that I'm going to do, I am way too freaking glowy. And a big problem is that, although it looks kind of alright right now, since both my shirt and my boots are glowing, once I actually enter battle, I won't be able to see my shirt at all anyways, so I'm going to change that to be a little bit less glowy, and I'll get back to you guys when I'm done. Okay, that didn't take too long. Alright, she looks a lot more normal now. Right now, she's not glowing anymore. Oh, a hot spring. Sorry for clearing my throat so much. Oh, it's this is very anime. It's already a hot spring episode. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm not gonna complain. Why do I have to press A to enter hot spring? I'm already in the hot spring. Anything over here? No? Alright, I guess I'll press A. Look back on past memories or leave hot spring. What does that do? Oh, I see. I can play parts of the story that I've already finished. Or, no, it's maybe just watch cutscenes that I missed? Let's see. What happens if I play this? Oh, I can't. It's just... Does this not allow me to do anything? What does Y do here? Okay. Interesting. Alright, so I guess that's just... I don't know what that's for. And in fact, I don't really know what this place is for in general, but I guess it's relaxing. Wait, return to home base? No? Or yes, I guess? Okay, well, that's interesting. I didn't expect a random hot spring to be there with no apparent purpose yet. Okay, I guess I should go talk to Louis again. He's the only one who seems to progress the story.
Did you go visit Murasame and Coco? They should be ready to do business now.
Oh, okay, great.
Weapons and blood veils are vital parts of a Revenant's kit when exploring. You should take another look at them. If you've got materials, upgrade and transform them. Once you've got that settled, talk to me again, and we'll continue where we left off.
Alright, great. Murasame is Rin over here. I do remember her.
Oh, good timing. I've got everything set up now. What do you need?
Okay, talk, exchange, upgrade equipment, transform equipment, buy, sell. Let's just talk
I know
first.
it's a bother, but I'll need you to bring the necessary materials if you want to upgrade a weapon. There's a shortage of pretty much everything these days. Still, we're better off than most people.
Okay, what's exchange? Oh, those like, yeah, these things that I got. What do I get for them? Okay, I could give it, but it doesn't tell me what I get for that. I get trading points. Does that make it... Does that like improve the selling price? Oh, trading points needs it. Okay, so if I give her enough things, I can act... So I can't actually buy certain things until I give her enough gifts. Interesting. A gesture, I don't think that's really necessary for us. Okay, so this would allow me to paralyze enemies with my weapon. Now that would be extremely useful. Is that one-time use though? No. Okay, you can transform a weapon. Okay, so transforming a weapon applies some sort of different special properties to it. Let's see what kind of weapons we can buy. Wait, blood veils
Buying
actually.
something?
Because right now I've got that whole scorpion stinger one, which is cool, but it's a bit slow. I'm wondering if there's one that's maybe a bit faster, a bit different. One that does something a bit different. Let's look at the descriptions of these. Oh, we can't. Okay, fine. That's gonna make it hard to figure out what this stuff actually does then. I guess if it has a 2 or a 3 after it, then it's just an upgraded one. So can't go wrong there. Do I want the ones with high dexterity scaling since I'm using a fast weapon? I don't actually know. Regardless, I can't buy any of these. I don't have enough. So I guess
Thanks
that's
to
sort of
everyone's
pointless to
hard
look
work,
at.
I can offer new weapons. Take a look if you'd like.
Okay, we got the Queen Slayer blade. And we've got the heavy axe. So I guess we're not interested in any of this? How about transforming stuff?
Which weapon do you want to transform?
Obviously the one we've got equipped, the Baradish. Which is, okay. Okay, there's a lot of different ones here. Alleviation, fortification, etc. Lightning, venom. Let's take a look at these. We've got the base one. This one decreases its weight. I don't know how important weight is right now, but that's not something I'd probably do. This one seems to just make it stronger in general. It makes it easier to swing, but makes it heavier. And yeah. And then this one, it does less damage, but it scales better. Okay. So if my stats are really high, that'll be useful. This one does the opposite, increases the base damage but reduces scaling. This one decreases damage but allows me to drain more Ichor from people, which is not that useful so far. Haven't been using much Ichor. This does fire damage, so I guess things that are weak against fire, that'll be helpful for. Ice damage, same kind of thing. Lightning damage. I don't know if those have any other secondary effects other than just plain damage. I guess I'll find out later when I'm facing enemies of that type. And then there's a Venom status effect. That's probably like poison, probably does damage over time. Stun, that probably stops them for a few seconds, I guess. Inhibit, maybe that decreases their stamina regeneration or something like that, I don't know. And then slow, which makes them move slower. Interesting. Slow would probably be good for a ranged weapon, but I don't plan on using many ranged options.
Which blood veil do you want to transform?
Yeah, how does that work on blood veils? Oh, it probably boosts my... Oh, wait. Yeah, it just boosts the same kind of things, but with the drain attack instead. And gives me resistances to that stuff. Interesting.
Okay, take care then.
Alright. Oh, I could sell stuff, but it's probably not necessary. I don't think I'm going to buy any of that right now. I've been doing okay as is.
You remember that scene we witnessed at the Vestige? That kind of stuff happens every day here. Silva has taken most of the humans who survived under his protection, so revenants are left to rely on blood beads alone to slake their unending thirst.
Oh, so the
But-
humans are still in this area. Under Silva.
Nothing in this world lasts forever. The springs started to dry up, and so blood beads grew rarer and rarer. And the order Silva created by levying and distributing blood beads won't last much longer either. The world needs more blood beads. Only then can we strive for fairness instead of petty favoritism. That's why we've been exploring the Jail of the Mists. We're doing research to learn all we can about blood beads. But the miasma has been a real problem. It makes our thirst even worse, so our progress has stalled. Now, though, we have a glimmer of hope. Your power can clear the miasma. If you could help us, well, you'd be drawn into a bitter conflict. Still, the truth is, we don't have a lot of hope without you. Will you join us? Thanks.
Everyone keeps trying to shake my hand.
So, it's a done deal? Well
Who are
then,
you?
from now on, you're one of us. Yakumo Shinonome. I'll be looking forward to seeing you in action.
Let's get right into it. Here's what's going on.
He says that I have the...
We're studying blood beads and their
Oh, wait.
springs. We want to know how and when blood springs appear, their cycles for producing beads, and the composition of the beads themselves. We've made a few discoveries. First of all, we found that there are tubes like capillaries running through the earth. We call them blood veins. And so far as we can determine, every single blood spring is located on top of one of these blood veins. Also, after comparing blood beads and blood veins, we now know that they are mostly comprised of the same substances.
In other words, we can safely assume that blood springs always form along blood veins. We think that means there must be a source somewhere, a kind of headwaters for the blood beads. Now that we have you around to clear the miasma, we can investigate the springs and follow the blood veins. And hopefully, find the source. Right?
We want to check out the old city ruins first. Sorry for the rush, but we should head out as soon as you're ready.
Okay, so... He was talking about... So I was wondering, why does he think that we can help remove that mist? I guess just because we have that special ability to make the blood vial things appear from the tree thing. I don't understand how that logically follows, but I guess he knows more about it than I do. Another thing is, he was saying that those blood springs, they appear on the blood veins that are under the ground, and he's saying that we should follow the blood veins to the source in order to fix all these problems. But one thing I'd be wondering is, why do those blood springs appear in the places they do? Is there a way to just make a blood spring appear and then get the vile things from that? Why do we need to follow it to the source? Because it's not like those blood veins. Are those blood veins like pipes that make the vials come through to the different springs? It doesn't seem that way, because when I put my blood on it, then they just magically appeared, right? So it seems like it's not whatever's flowing in the blood veins that's the issue. It's whatever's there's something other catalyst that creates those springs, and then something else, maybe just time or maybe blood or I don't know what, that creates those vials of stuff that we're looking for. So it's not really the source of whatever's flowing in those veins that's the issue here, isn't it? Isn't it just that what's creating those springs, what's creating the stuff on the springs, isn't that the real issue here? That's just what I'm thinking. Alright, well, I don't think we have anything else to do here, right? Although actually I didn't talk to this guy a second time. Let's talk to him again.
Hey, what's up?
Because he was just introduced as Louis' friend for some reason last time. Oh, I can have him as a partner.
The Lost are what's left of revenants who've succumbed to their thirst. Their boar parasites take over, turning them into unkillable monsters. Turn them to ash and they'll just keep popping back up, mindlessly hunting blood. Nothing human is left.
Does that
If you're
mean
fighting
Oliver
them,
isn't
show
dead yet
no
either?
mercy. Keep at them no matter how many times it takes.
Are we gonna
If you
fight him
don't,
again?
You'll find yourself joining them.
Interesting.
See you around.
Yeah, the parasites. Where do the parasites come from? Well, I guess let's move on.
Is something up? When I woke up as a
good?
revenant in this prison, blood springs already existed, and everyone relied on them. We don't know where they came from or how they work, but without them, nearly all revenants would have joined the Lost. That will still be the outcome if things don't change, though. That's why we need to study the blood beads.
Okay, didn't he say to talk to him once I'm
You can
ready
head
to
out
leave?
whenever you're ready.
Yeah, you said that before. How do I head out? Do I go talk to that board over here? Head to the underground for the missile and home base. Oh, okay. I got it. I just missed. So that was. I remember a dialogue coming up that was sort of a tooltip. That was trying to tell me something, and I completely ignored it because I was talking. But I know it said something about missiles, so it's probably telling me to do this. Alright. So I have to head to the underground from the missile over here. That's fine. Got it. So that's a bit of an interesting thing. I'm wondering. So I do want to have a friend with me, just because they might say some interesting things, they might give some interesting information. But I also don't, because it'd be nice for it to just be a little bit more difficult. I was watching the video that I was watching to go back and see the memory that I missed. The person had they had the follower with them, the partner with them, and even though they played that boss really sloppily, they still ended up winning, although it was a close fight. I think if I had played that fight with a partner, it would have been too easy. So it's a bit of a interesting trade-off that I'm going to have to make there as to whether or not I even want a partner. Okay, before we go, let's level up, because I don't really see a reason not to. I don't really want anything from the store with all that haze we acquired. Gifts. Let me see. Right now I'm using... Oh, it shows who I got them from. So this is Mia, the person I haven't met yet, that I apparently have some DLC clothing for. These are generic ones. Right? Yeah. So this is Louis, the one that I'm using right now. Interesting. Oh, I should have saved some haze. I forgot that these things take haze too. I really should have paid more attention because some of these I might want. Let's see, shoots flending projectiles that stagger an enemy. Increase attack power with each time you damage an enemy with your weapon. That seems really, really useful. That's also really useful. Fire damage. Okay, so you gain focus from dodging attacks. That must have been that blue bar that I was talking about. Now, what is focus? I feel like they told me before, but I don't remember. Attack power when using one-handed sword. That's a passive. Okay, that's a no-brainer. I'm probably going to be using one-handed swords most of the time. I don't know if my current weapon counts as one though. Enhance my dodges. That's a lot of haze for that. Increase strength and dexterity. That's an interesting passive. Okay. It's a straight up buff. Fully restore stamina when you parry an attack. That also sounds really strong. And another thing to apply to my weapon. And increases attack power when you dodge enemy attacks. That's also really useful. So a lot of these, I think I'm probably going to be focusing on this blood code right now because a lot of these sound extremely useful and really up my alley. Okay, so there's storage. Am I getting near the amount of storage that am I near maxing out my storage? What happens if I put these in here? Okay, so I can hold 999 of certain things, but not of other things. Interesting. Okay, so there's different maximum holding amounts for each of these. But is it like some of the other games where if I collect something it'll just go directly to storage? It won't overflow? If so, I have no reason to use that right now. Presents. I've not received any presents. Okay, that's so sad. We don't need to do the tutorial. Oh, there's a save and quit. Okay. Teleport. We would want to teleport to the underground entrance. I've already got, it says 100% there. I think that's just the missiles or springs or whatever that I've collected. I am a bit of a completionist, so I'll probably try to 100% all the places we go to. Sort of an incomplete completionist. Okay. So what was our objective here again? We wanted to do something about the blood veins or something? Oh, here's the red thing that we missed before. Right? No, it's over here. I'm looking at the map. There's this red underline here. Some sort of hatch. So we'll probably be coming up and out of that at some point. Right, what am I actually supposed to be doing? Is there any way to figure out what my current quest is? Not there. Okay, whatever. Let's just take another look at the map. See if we can find anything interesting. There's something blue. There's like a blue person with an exclamation mark over that way. So I think we're gonna go that way. Yeah, let's do that. Also, hold on, there was a way to... I also was looking at the controls, and it said something about... Maybe there is a way to dash? Oh, that's not it, though. Hold on, what does that do? Is that the parry? Right, let's try some of this stuff out. Alright, is this a parry? Nope, wait, let's try that again. No, let's try the... Is that a parry? I can't tell. Oops. Can't tell if that's doing anything. Okay, so that was definitely a parry. That was pretty brutal. It's just a really slow parry. Okay, that's gonna take a lot of getting used to for the timing on that. Because it's so delayed. Oh, what's this? Oh, and I guess we do that again. Why not? So I don't think... Maybe that's a property of my Blood Veil, that it has a different backstabbing animation. That's what it seems like. So yeah, so this is a parry, uses some stamina. This is just a block. And then this is for using my skills. R1. It said something in the controls about dashing, but I don't seem to dash when doing it. So, I don't know. And then of course there's this attack, which is awesome. Oh, where was I going? Alright, this way. Something over here. Check the map again. Oh, that's actually at the different entrance. Maybe we should head over there. I still don't really know where I'm supposed to be going. So, let's head right back real quick and travel to the other entrance, just to see what that is. Here we go. Teleport to... here.